what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag.
Show them that swag. What you see is what you get. When I look in the mirror, I'm looking like a man. Like we playing tag bad, I'm the top pick. Show them what you're working with. Break the circuit, be a hit. Go ahead and make them sit. If you gotta hate it, then your purpose is equipped. Tell them catch you later, cause you serving up some grits. Meaning hot with the drip when I drop in the mix. The proof is in the pudding. Show them how you do it. They do it like they shouldn't. You don't need to brag, cause your competition couldn't. You don't need to boast, cause the proof is in the pudding. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag. Show them that swag.
Hello, hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope everyone is doing amazing. And hi, I am Lisa Mallis. I am part of the team here at PhotoDay. Been here since day one and excited to take you guys through some spring training. So welcome to all of you who are new to PhotoDay. Excited that you're here. Excited to show you some things that are going to be hopefully what you consider life-changing in a great way. And welcome back anyone who's here just for a refresher. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you what PhotoDay is all about. So you can have a successful spring season with PhotoDay, no matter what job type you're putting in. So whether it's youth sports, maybe a preschool, maybe some school sports, maybe elementary schools, you name it. Oh, dance schools. Dance season is upon us. I'm a dance mom, so I'm heading out to a dance competition this weekend with my kids. So there's that. But yeah, so welcome, welcome. We'll dive in and get started. Just a few housekeeping things. If you lose connection at any time, if my volume gets wonky, if you can't hear me, there's a reconnect button at the top of your screen. You can go ahead and click that or refresh the page. It should fix the problem. 9 times out of 10, it works. Otherwise, feel free to ask questions along the way. We have moderators here. They'll be more than happy to help you with any questions that you have. And of course, if you're shy and you don't want to ask questions in the chat, you can go ahead and drop us an email or message outside of this platform along the way. Feel free, or set up a time to talk to us as well. So we're here to help. So let's dive in and get started. All right, so what do we have going on today? What's PhotoDay all about and why we made PhotoDay? We'll walk through this brief agenda. What to do before picture day. We'll talk about your packages, incentives, advance pay, marketing, the parent experience, and the studio experience. So we'll touch on each one of those things today. Just to really show you and really talk about the different ways you can use PhotoDay, and hopefully that inspires you if you made the decision to try PhotoDay this season on what your first job should be. All right, so let's talk about the PhotoDay experience first. What is PhotoDay? So we have multiple components that make up PhotoDay. We have our headquarters, our mission control. That's our studio panel. That's where you log in. That's where you create jobs. That's where you upload images. Then we have our capture app. So our capture app is like the unbeatable workflow. If you come from a paper form environment, or if you're coming from QR codes, or some kind of metadata tagging or shooting tethered, the capture app is where it's at. Nothing beats the capture app workflow. It uses our face find technology, and basically you take a reference photo of your subject, and then when you upload all the professional photos and buddy photos and sibling photos and team photos and whatever photos, family photos, it clusters them all into that gallery. So you can only imagine how much this speeds up and gives your time back for you and your staff when you're on picture day, not having to worry about all that data image management. And then we have galleries. That's our shopping cart, and the gallery view, where they go and view all their images. They create their accounts. Your customers create their accounts, give us the information, opt into communications, and it ties in nicely with our SMS, our text marketing, as well as our email marketing. And then we have our dashboard app. That is for you. That is for the studio. You download that app. We also have a watch app that goes along with it, and different watch faces if you want to customize PhotoDay watch face. That's real-time stats when you're getting orders in. And as our users like to say, you can listen to all the cha-chings if you have your phone unmuted or not on silent as your orders are rolling in. That's the fun part, right? Something that we developed because we noticed a lot of people were logging in and out of their and refreshing their studio panel all day looking for those sales. So that's why that dashboard app exists. It keeps you connected to your data all the time, 24/7, so you can see your sales. All right, so why did we make Photo Day? I'd like to say we're the first and only solution out there that developed a solution specifically for school and sports photographers. There's been a lot of solutions over the years. I've spent better part of my adult life, actually almost my entire adult life in this industry, working for high volume studios, and then also working for a couple different pro labs. I've used all the software out there, and there just wasn't a right fit. And that's kind of where Photo Day all started. It was like this idea of like, what if we just created a solution finally for the sports photographer, for the volume photographer? And then, got to thinking like, if we have like a different sales method and a different solution for each type of volume photography we're doing. So we might do schools one way, preschools another way, dance one way, and sports another way. Why not have a solution that we sell and market all the same way to the same parents, to the same, and our product is images of school age children. So why don't we simplify it all? Well, the reason that never exists because it was really hard, I'll tell you firsthand, in making Photo Day, but somehow we figured it out and it's here. So we created Photo Day, obviously, to eliminate that sales friction and all those different funnels across all those different various markets within volume photography. We did it to lower cost. This is operational costs because it was getting so expensive. The cost of print was getting more expensive. Shipping was getting more expensive. Labor was getting more expensive. Overhead in general is just increasing over the years. So we wanted to bring down cost. And most importantly, what we noticed up until the push to online with Photo Day is that people were buying less and less. So on paper forms in the prepay environment, not as many people were participating in Photo Day, and that was having impact on the industry as a whole. So in order to solve that, we needed to find out, okay, who are today's parents and how do they want to be sold and marketed to? And that looked different than previous years in the past because that outdated paper form prepay method had been going on for a better part of 100 years. So we wanted to bring Picture Day into the hands of today's parents in a complete mobile friendly environment. And then we wanted to provide actionable insights to studios fast because you could never do that before. It was all very reactionary. So with Photo Day, you can see how many people are opting into a gallery, how many advance pay credits you sold in advance, what your AOV is. You naturally just start to become a better business owner because now you have all these insights about your business that just you never were able to have them before in this paper prepay environment. And then also because of that, we wanted to cut out all the busy work. So the image data matching, the accounting part, and then extending Picture Day so you can earn all year round. So yes, I get it. Like I've been there to where you leave a league Picture Day and you sold on paper forms with cash and check and you leave with thousands of dollars in your cash box and you're like, that was worth it. Right. But with that environment, and you can only photograph, say a league or a baseball season is only 6 to 8 weeks. So, and you need time to get all those paper forms sorted or all the prepaid data sorted, packaged up together, sent out to the lab, printed, come back and deliver. So you could only photograph so many weeks into the season. So you might only be able to photograph the first 3 weekends or the first 4 weekends of a baseball season because you need the time on the back end. You can't be photographing because those kids are going to go home. They're not going back to the ball field again at the end of season and you can't. So now you can extend the weekends, which you can go out there and photograph before having to hire staff. And that lowers your expenses overall. And you can photograph and earn more throughout the year and extend that timeline out of when you're generating revenue. And then The last reason, which I really love, is just to give you more time to do what you love most. Whether that's taking more photographs, whether that's spending time with your family, not behind a computer, or whether that's simply taking a vacation every month. Like giving you time back as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I think is most important. And that's why choosing to partner with a service like PhotoDay, choosing this type of business practice, this sales method for your studio is really important. You have to look through at the goals that you want to achieve as a business owner as well. So we've got a quality products just through all different labs, some of the top labs in the country. Miller's, Richmond, Reedy, White House, APS, and Bay Photo are all our partner labs. We're in the process of adding more labs, as you know, but these are the ones available in our marketplace as of today. So if you don't see a lab here, feel free to reach out to us with any questions. But these are all great labs. They have a great reputation. They've been our partners for a number of years, and they fulfill fast and accurately to your customer. So it's really, really great. So the convenience of photo day combined with quality images and a variety of images is really where you're going to see that increase in sales. So those two things. So basically being able to connect parents to your galleries, and then you creating a collection of quality images, images that they like, not just poses, not just graphics. I'm talking about great facial expressions, and maybe like image composition. Maybe you do some horizontal, some vertical, just to give parents a variety of images. And then you use our new post processing tool that's totally free, which is our black and white conversion to even double that inventory of images. That's where we're really seeing higher sales overall within Photo Day. So let's talk about before picture day, what you should be doing to get started. So if you're moving from the prepay paper form environment or just another online environment where you weren't really happy, these are your keys to success, right? So coming from paper, coming from prepay, you had a sales funnel down. It was, hey, go to this link, buy this package before picture day, or we're not taking your photo. Like, I need an envelope. I need you to buy something to tell me that you're qualified, right? When you move to online, it's not, let's go out there and take a bunch of pictures and hope people buy things. There's a sales funnel that you have to create to get that to happen for conversion. You hear a lot of stories online where people are like, I tried online, it didn't work. I'm here to tell you that if it doesn't work for you, there's a couple reasons why. You got to have good image quality. You have to take better photos than mom can with her iPhone. She is your number one competitor. If you can't take a better picture, create a better picture of her child than she can with her iPhone, you're going to have problems selling that to her. She's going to have a hard time pulling money out of her pocket and give you something that she can do better than you, right? So number one, image quality. Number two, they have to know where to go and view and buy their photos. So the communication, we try to make that easy with our short code 90738 and you creating one access code, and you just tell parents, everyone text that code to 90738 and you'll send them information when their pictures are ready. If they don't text that code, they're never going to see pictures. It's a great way. And then to get them to convert to sales and tell the story and really sell for the value that you're providing, you have to do these things. You have to connect with them on the level. You have to engage with them. And that's what PhotoDay does so great once they're connected, once they're opted in. It's up to you to create the urgency and provide them with incentive. So expiration dates promote urgencies. You can use incentives to promote urgencies. You can use various things, but you have to have a sense of urgency in there to get them to order. As example, the first 48 hours, you can get a free download in one of your packages, right? You can add a download to each one of your packages. And then if they buy in the first 48 hours, it's free. After 48 hours, you pull that download out. They're no longer getting the download in the package. They lost their chance to buy. Alternatively, you can do the same thing with free shipping, $5 off, $10 off for a limited time, or percentage off. Or I like to see some people do this is they just offer their packages. Packages are kind of like a built-in savings. It came from the paper form days. So packages are that built-in savings. Maybe you only sell those money saving packages for the first 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, it's a la carte only. And then maybe your incentive at that point is, hey, the more you spend, the more you save. So you spend $100, I give you $10 back. You spend 150, I give you $15 back, right? Incentives, use those coupons, use those offers. It is not discounting your service. I repeat, discounts and offers do not discount your service. Don't think of them that way. They produce the sense of urgency and how much a buyer will spend in your online storefront. They are a vital part to your success. So I cannot tell people that enough. So I'm going to say that. So, all right, start with the organization. So communication's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. You're not alone if you're struggling to communicate. This is the number one thing that we see. I see it on Facebook groups all day. We see it in our support chat often, is it's really hard to get the word out to parents. So however, somebody's getting the word out to parents because they're showing up for your picture day, right? That is where you need how you have to ask these questions. How are you communicating important information to parents, like their practices, when they have to show up, when they have to buy a uniform, when's their next fundraiser? I need to get in on that communication. Can we include picture day information there? Do you use a text system? Do you use email? Do you have a separate website that they sign up for communications? Do you send home flyers? I want to be in all those places, right? Because it is so important that these parents know where to go view and buy the photos that you're going out there, spending all your time and effort to produce. Also, will parents be present at the shoot? If parents are going to be there and you want the parents there, if at all possible, that's where they can opt in and you can have a little bit better luck getting them to opt into photos. But it's okay if they're not there because the org can help you get the message out if parents are not there. You just need to make sure you stay on them because they're not going to be thinking about you. They have absolutely, well, unless you're giving them any kind of fundraising back or a commission back, they don't have a reason to help you. So you got to be noisy about it. You have to get in on their communication. And this is for their community, for the people that they serve, and make sure they know that that's what you're providing, a service for their customers, their community that they're building. So it's important that their parents know about it. And start it early and often. Don't just send one email and say, I'm done. I'm on to the next league or school. I'm going to go out there and photograph. I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be disappointed. You got to hit them multiple times before you show up for picture day. And you can check those gallery insights and photo day to see if they're actually driving traffic to your gallery because you can see how many people are opting in, right? So get them that information multiple times, more than once. I like to say 7 times for everything. 7 times if you start 4 weeks in advance. And did you do this? Here's another flyer. Here's a social media graphic. Can you send this out? And just make sure they're doing that for you. Like I said, you got to be the squeaky wheel. So we have a lot of posters, templates, and flyers you can get out of our marketing kit in the studio panel to help you do this. Whether you're hanging things up around concession stands, putting yard signs up on picture day, or dropping them off there the week before, just to get people opted in. You can find those all in the marketing kit section that's under the studio panel. When you log in, go over to the marketing, go over to resources, go over the marketing kit under the collateral section, and you can download. Those are all Photoshop files. You can customize them. You can make them look like your branding, put your logo on it, make them look pretty. But yeah, and then use somewhere like Signs 365 to get some stuff printed up. Pretty inexpensive, but definitely do that because it does help get those opt-ins for success. We also have email templates in PhotoDay, so you can use the manual flyers. You can put a nice little banner graphic. Now, these are designed to go straight out to the org, and then the org can send that out or print that out, or you can print these out and bring them and drop them off. You can have copies. You can import a list of emails here, even though you're not doing private galleries. This is a group gallery, for example. You can import a list of emails here. If you do that, I recommend making sure you either use our stock email copy here that's available, or make sure you don't put too many marketing promotion words in here, extra exclamation points, too much text in the graphic that you're uploading, all capital letters. additional links, too many links, all those things will put your email right in spam. We have a very reliable email service provider. We have a very high deliverability rate, but the things that you put in the email, the content that you produce, the images with the text on it, that is what will have that, Gmail throwing it into the promotions folder or throwing it into spam. So be really mindful of that. Base it on our templates here. We're trying to optimize this to get these emails delivered for you as much as possible. And I know that concern comes up a lot too, which is why I wanted to touch on that a little bit for you guys. All right. So where to go? We also have org pages here. These are great if you're photographing one high school throughout the year with multiple jobs. That high school is then your organization. And then you can have each job appear on that org page now. Org pages started with PhotoDay. We have them, what now? Maybe like a year and a half. They're a great way to make something more personalized for the orgs that you're servicing. So if you're photographing multiple jobs multiple times a year, you can start directing that organization to that one link, and then parents can see all of their sports or different photo days from spring to fall, spring, winter, and fall, or even year over year on that one link. It's also a great link to throw up on your website if you're directing traffic to your website to get them to find their galleries a lot easier. And then we have a couple different ways to do this. So with the group and public galleries, your parents can use FaceFind to find their image in a pool of thousands of images, right? So that's the really cool, shiny thing about PhotoDay. Now in a private gallery, you're using our Capture app to make those individual galleries. And then you're still needing to get those individual access codes out to each person. We solved that problem with gallery lookup for private galleries. So now you can have one gallery URL that you direct everyone to, and you can set the fields in your data. The first name, last name are always required. You can have a team name, coach name. You could even make a keyword and put that in your data. It could be the same keyword for every single athlete that you photograph. And they put those 3 data points in, first name, last name, and keyword, and they get right into their private gallery. So you can do gallery lookup in all different ways, but it's basically your own way to set up kind of like a verification method to say, oh, this person knows this amount of data points about themselves. They get right in their private gallery. They opt in, and now they're connected. So if you can't get email addresses, this becomes a thing of the past because you can use gallery lookup. Even if you get email addresses, I highly recommend enabling gallery lookup because it definitely helps streamline the I don't have my access code calls that you get on the phone if they can just access one link and look up their own gallery for you. And then you're not doing it for them. So customer service problem solved. All right, so we are into packages now. So when you're designing packages in PhotoDay, okay, here's a big difference. When you go offline to online or prepay to online in this new image first selling, what I don't like to see, what doesn't work is you take everything you did in a prepay world and you just put it online. That is not going to work. It's not going to make any sense because now you have multiple images. They can mix and match their images. They can rotate them. They can crop them. They can do all different things. So the packages are still money saving packages, but think about now you have this multi-image environment where they're seeing the image first. So make sure you name the package first, something that matters. Don't name it package A, B, C, D, E, F like you do on a paper form. That doesn't make sense and it doesn't look good in your storefront. Focus on the value. So in the description, like if that package, like let's just say this one on my screen, it's a $90 package, but if they were to buy all these kind of items in a la carte, it would have been $130. So make sure you focus on that savings in the description. How much money do they save by buying this package? That is how you direct them to get that package. And once they get in that package, make sure you mix and match a nice variety of products to tempt them to buy it. Don't just put, a memory mate, 4 5x7s and 8 wallets, like a typical print package. Now they have 4 images to choose from or 6 images. So that package that you just copied over from your paper form is a little weird, and they're like, that doesn't really work because I want all these images. So make sure you make your packages. Maybe it's this is a package, it has 4 downloads in it, and by buying this package with 4 downloads you get a free 8 by 10 or a free memory mate, right? Drive the value of downloads in your packages, and instead of giving the download for free, maybe give the print for free, right? Maybe give, because you want them to have something printed, and that's definitely like a keepsake that they look at year over year. This is the only photos they're probably printing. I guarantee you nobody's printing photos that they take with their iPhone right now. If you are, just shout it out. But I totally never print photos of my kids that I take with my phone. I don't know if you guys do or not, but I definitely don't. The only professional photos I have, or the only printed photos I have, are ones taken by professional photographers like you guys. All right, so digital downloads. We have the download all pack. It's absolutely amazing. And maybe there's a slide for that. I just didn't get to it yet. But they can download all their images. That works great with our face finds. Because even if you're in a public or group gallery and you don't have data image management happening, they can only buy all the photos in the download all of one single face. So if you have a parent with 2 kids, she can buy one package of, her oldest child, of just that face, every picture that was available, and then another one. She'd have to add another download all package for the other child. And you don't need data image to management. We are the only solution that has that, and it's super cool. It's making a lot of people a lot of money. So we'll talk about that soon. But yeah, definitely focus on your savings over buying straight from a la carte. Oh, there was the download all slide. I knew it was coming. I was just getting excited talking about it. So this is download all. This is what I was talking about. So when you have the download all feature enabled, it will prompt them right in the gallery to download all their photos for the price that you set it at. This is an amazing net revenue driver because downloads have 0 print cost. So, and this makes up a large amount of your studios, and most studios on PhotoDays gross, their GMV, their total gross revenue is made up of downloads. Now, you still want to sell prints. Prints are awesome. Always offer prints because people will always want keepsake items. But with the new world of all the digital images and all the different variety of images you're creating, people might want to buy all those digitally, but they don't want them all printed. They just want their favorite ones printed, but they want to keep all the photos that you took of them. And Download All is the perfect product for that. This is a little thing what Jay and Karina has said about Download All. Download All has totally changed the game. They can go and buy everything, get it right into their cart in 2 clicks. Their AOV has jumped through the roof. Now they're creating, 4 to 6 images per subject. They'll do buddy photos. They never turn away a good buddy photo. And if mom or dad is there and they want to do a coach and kid pick or a mom and son pick, they will take those photos because that image inventory is really what drives your AOV. So they have seen a crazy increase in not only their AOV, but their net revenue from offering Download All. So you guys definitely need to enable that for this season. It is a moneymaker, and make sure you have a great variety of images and use our black and white processing to make even more variety of images to give Download All some additional value for your customers. All right, so start early with marketing. So we have those social media graphics you saw, like especially if you're photographing leagues, they're on a public field, public venue, they're posting things and pictures on social media. Get on their social media too. Make sure you give them, I don't post and tag the league. Parents will never see that, and Facebook is gonna just, unless you're paying for those ads, it's gonna get buried. They don't just share those things anymore. If it looks like an ad, smells like an ad, you got to pay for it, or it's not showing up in people's timelines. It's not going to work. You got to have the league or the organization share it on their own page, right? That is the only way to get it out. That's the best way to do it. So make sure you give it to your league, your org, to share on their own page, and just ask them to share it. They will. I know my schools and my dance school does it for my kids all the time. I see them doing it for their photographers. Ways to create engagement. Obviously, text marketing, that's our shiny thing. It's all inclusive with PhotoDay. So basically, you're just having everyone opt in. When they go to view their photos, they're creating an account, using their mobile number to create an account. automatically opting into that transactional text marketing designed to bring people back to the gallery if they haven't ordered yet to convert the sale. Advance pay is another thing that we offer. It's kind of like our answer to prepay. So if you don't know a lot about advance pay, we have a plethora of information on advance pay in a separate webinar for that. But advance pay basically is kind of like that buyer qualification. Everyone buy a credit now, and you can apply it towards your order later, and you can incentivize them to get those early buy-ins. People use it for, like in dance, you can say it's $10 per costume. You can use it for league picture days and say, hey, give me a $35 advance pay credit on or before picture day, before I publish, and I'll give you free shipping in return. And you're safe with things like that because we know, and our data knows, that orders that have advance pay credits applied to them are 15% higher on average than orders that don't. So that is a great boost in your overall revenue, and it's okay to incentivize it a little bit to push that limit. That's part of creating that incentive to get people to convert the sale. The special offers and discounts we went over already. And then obviously it's just the dynamic packages, make sure everything's right, and feature the products that are available for and relevant. I like to say at Christmas time, we like to feature like the holiday ornaments or like different gifting items. Right now, you know that magnets are like the #1 seller for league picture days. Feature magnets. You got a couple different sizes of magnets. Feature them. Magnets and 5x7s are like where it's at to feature specific products and memory mates. So you got magnets, 5x7, memory mates. Feature those popular selling products so people see them first, because the goal is to get them to view their photos. They get really excited about it. And the faster you can get them, your customer, to add things to their cart and check out, the higher your conversion will be. So, and that easy use, that frictionless experience, you don't want to overwhelm them, and you just want to feature and direct them what to go and get and put in their cart. So our text marketing is all automatic for you. So obviously the person can opt in. Coming up the picture, they can text that code to 90738. That's that QR code you saw in those previous resources I shared. Now, the text marketing, it's not customizable, but it's designed in a very transactional way to bring the shopper back to the cart. Most of the texts go out at publish, and then so they'll all go out at publish, and then they'll go out on day 3, day 5, day 7, day 14, and day 30. If you're running a gallery promotion when you launch, that gallery promotion will be added to the automatic text marketing. So you can launch a gallery with, you know, a 10% off for the first week sale, have an expiration date on that offer. And when you publish, everyone gets that text. They know that that offer is only good for that first week because they will see the expiration date. And the first 4 texts that go out, publish 3, 5, and 7, will all have that attached to that. So it promotes that sense of urgency. We make it super simple. So instead of setting up all your text, you set up your sales funnel, and our system does everything else for you, which makes it very much a no-brainer and very simple for you to do. And if you forget, it's fine. They're still going to get the transactional marketing designed to bring them back to the gallery, and you can hit them with a custom promotion later if you had to. So anyway, all of our texts will have a direct gallery link. It'll show their access code. It's designed to bring them back to the gallery, and that's when we start really seeing those spikes in sales. So some general rules around text marketing: always, always, always get opt-ins and don't spam. If you want to use an external service, in addition to PhotoDay, do not spam your customers. Text marketing is coming, it's becoming, I mean, I'm sure everybody has cell phones, so you know you're getting spam left and right, especially in the fall. But make sure you get the opt-ins and you get permission to text people before you start texting people. Our system automatically does that for you. They need to know why they're opting in. They all need a way to opt out. And we should only be texting people during business hours or during your support hours. So if they respond or need help, or you're driving traffic to a website and they get stuck, you're there to help them. So all of our text marketing goes out during the day for compliance reasons. And obviously, all text marketing should be short and sweet and to the point. It should not be lengthy. You should not be trying to communicate when to show up, how to dress, like what you missed, what retake day information is. All of that can be saved through email, through your automatic responders, or on your website. But the text should have one clear call to action. So when they get it on their mobile phone, you're busy or on the go, they know exactly what to do with it. They're not going to read big, long messages. All right. So advance pay. We'll touch a little bit on this already, but we'll go over a little bit more on advance pay. So the buy a credit now to save later, we hear a lot of complaints. It can be confusing. It's going to be confusing if you're confused by it. So if you're confused by advance pay and you try to explain it to your customers, it is going to be confusing for them since it's confusing for you. So you got to own it first before you step into it. But I'll make it really simple for you. It's qualifying your buyer, right? So think of it in terms of having them prepay for a package or fill out an envelope. Instead of filling out the paperwork and giving you cash or check in an envelope in advance of picture day, they're going to a link and they're buying a credit in advance of picture day. That credit is good towards anything in your store, right? So you can require advance pay. You can require a $10 buy-in, a $20 buy-in, a $50 buy-in, but it depends on what you're photographing. You can require it in advance. I don't know why this is like a thing, but a lot of people are like, I don't want to, you've problems asking for money in advance. You're out there, you're a business, you're providing a service to these people like at their convenience, right? They don't even have to take their kid to a portrait studio. And you guys are creating phenomenal images for parents, right? Advance pay is a great way to qualify the buyers, get that skin in the game, because that is where you're going to see the biggest ROI. And 100% of them convert to sale, just like paper forms. You coming from paper forms. You say, I used to have 100% buy rate, and now I went online and I only had 50% buy rate. Well, if you got everyone to give you advance pay credit, like you got everyone to give you a paper form, you will have 100% buy rate. You don't have to incentivize it. That is totally an option. I don't even recommend incentivizing it until you feel comfortable enough to do so and you know what advance pay is and how it works. Once you get good at it and you can feel comfortable talking about it, then you can start to incentivize it and say like, hey, everyone buy a $35 credit before picture day, and it's the only way to get free shipping. So don't come to my store later and complain that you have to pay for shipping, because I gave you a chance to get free shipping if you would have just bought the $35 credit before I published the gallery, right? Like, make sure you put this in your sales funnel. Think about your overall process. What do you want to do with this to be successful? But advance pay, like 10 out of 10, recommend. This is what's going to drive people to convert to purchase. And I think it's really important. All right, the parent experience. So you can give parents 3 different gallery types in an experience that we have here. You can give them a public gallery where basically they text a code. That link goes right into the gallery. They don't have to enter a code again. And then they can search with face finds, or they can search with tags, which is like a folder structure almost, we call tags, or they can view all photos. If it's a big gallery, like and you're photographing a big league and there's like, I don't know, 200 kids and you made 1,000 photos, I recommend turning view all photos off, because you don't want somebody doom scrolling through the gallery of everybody and just leaving tags and face find on, because that's really going to be the best optimal performance for the parents. Now, the group gallery is the same as public, except for it provides a little extra sense of security, but they have to have an access code to get into that gallery. So where public is just a URL link, group is the URL link plus the access code or the keyword, or what are you going to say? That's how they get into the gallery, which is customizable per job. And then there's the private gallery, where each person has their own individual gallery. That is what you'll use to capture at for in PhotoDay, and they can access, and nobody can see anyone else's pictures unless they have access to another private gallery, like siblings, for example. And that is a private gallery. So choose the job type that fits best. I will also say, I see this mistake a lot, especially with new people. You do not have to make a separate job for every single team you photograph or kid that you photograph. No, don't do that. One job. So you have an organization, that's your league or your school. Then you have your job that you photograph in the spring. as an example. And then you have all the teams and all the kids in that one job. So don't do extra work. You can fit everybody into one job, do every job as one job. Even your retake days you can throw in there. Don't make a separate job for those if you have a makeup day, because it's easier to communicate that one and drive traffic to that one link than it is to make separate jobs. So don't do that to yourself. That can be really painful in the long run. All right, so studio experience and the setup. Oops, I was going to show you guys this demo, and I gotta be prepared for this. So let me grab my screen so I can screen share here. Let's see, give me 1 second. Turn on this gallery and bring up this window here. Let's see. Log in. All right. Sorry, give me 1 second. Settings. Save. All right. All right, so I am going to go ahead and share my screen, turn screen share on, allow, share window, share. Ooh. Let's see, share this window. Okay, I think you guys can share my screen there. Let me see. Yep, you can see my screen. All right, give me 1 more second here. Let me fix one thing for you before I do all of this. Bear with me. Kind of surprised me. I forgot I was doing a demo and I didn't have this one loaded on this new browser. Okay, let me turn this on. Share window here. Share this window. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring this up nice and big. All right, so this is the studio panel. This is where you go set up everything. This is mission control. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add a new job, and I'm just going to name this one Arlington Little League, but it's 2026. And job category, use sports. I am going to connect it to an organization. I don't have an organization set up here called Arlington, so you guys can just use your imagination there. And then we're photographing them this Saturday. And I am going to create this job and then set up the gallery access. I'm going to run this one as a public gallery so we can see opt-ins and what that looks like very easily here. And then we get in here to set up the storefront first. So this is your advance pay. This is where you go and set up a credit sheet. So for here, I'm going to go ahead and create a new credit sheet. 1 second. I'm going to have to log in again. Create credits. My spring baseball credit sheet that I will use for all my spring baseball leagues. And I am just going to do a $35 credit. And you can write a description here if you had anything to say. Like if this was for dance, you could say buy 1 credit per costume if you were doing it that way. They just have to be in denominations of 5. Do not try, I see people do this sometimes, don't try to match this to your packages because it's not prepay a package, it's prepay a credit. So there's a difference. All right, so I'm going to refresh and I'm going to attach this credit sheet. And then for here, this is where you create your advance pay offer so you can incentivize somebody to buy a credit. So I'm going to create a free shipping offer, and this is my spring 2006 special. Well, 2026. I just went back in time 20 years. And then I'm going to pay ship it to me 26. Minimum dollar spend, 35. I'm going to leave the expiration date off. You can also set max redemptions here if you're only giving it to the first 50 people, you would put 50 in here. That code can only be used 50 times if you wanted to do it, and go ahead and create that offer. All right, now that that's created, I can refresh and attach that special here. You can require the customer data to put their first and last name, and you can also allow them to preview the storefront once you add a price sheet to the storefront here. So I'm going to save that. Now, I can go back and I can customize the access code if I wanted to. So if I wanted to make this more of a custom code, like maybe my studio name, initials, and then the name of the league, and then 2026 for the year, some kind of naming convention you can come up with that's for your studio, you can do that here. And that's the code that everyone will have to text to 90738. It's right here, to connect to your gallery. So that's the code you make all the marketing with, and get it out to people, which you can do here in the marketing flyer section, or you can do it here in the resource section under marketing kit collateral. And you can make QR codes, banners, the social graphics, all the things we were talking about in advance to drive traffic to your gallery in here. So I'm going to go back into this job. And from here, we can set up actually from here, you're done. You can set this job to advance pay if you want, and you can start getting credit sales. So you can get this information out to the league today, and people can start opting in and looking at the gallery. And how do you know that the league got the information out? This is the part that I really, really like. Let's see, you can go to my.photoday.com. And so this is the customer experience. So when they go to my.photoday.com for the first time, and they'll get a direct link if they opt in. But here, you would enter your mobile number, and then it's going to mobile verify and text back that that's a real mobile number, and they'll have to type in their verification code. Once they get in, they'll be connected to all the galleries before that they've ever connected to, because this is a household account. Remember, if it's the first time with PhotoDay and they're not going to see anything here. It's just because this is my number in my sample gallery. So I'm going to put my access code in here, and I am going to get right in to this gallery. It's going to ask me to subscribe to text alerts. This is going to be all your information. It's just under my account. So it'll say photography by your studio, your contact email, your phone number, and then it'll opt you into the gallery. So this is where you can tell back in your insights if your gallery is being viewed, if the league sent out. So you can see here, you can see customers that have created an account and access to gallery. And then of course, if they buy a credit, you'll see the sales start rolling in here. So that's when you really can tell, like, hey, this is actually working. This is happening. Like, people are actually viewing photos. So then you go out on picture day, you take all your photos, you're getting your opt-ins, people are making advance pay credits, and now it's time to upload photos to the gallery. So I'm going to go to my desktop, and here I'm just going to upload this whole folder here. And now you upload. So when you upload the PhotoDay for the first time, it's going to run face find on all of these images as you're uploading. It creates this mathematical representation of their face. It's like a really long math equation. So then when the parents go to view this gallery and find their kid's image, they upload a reference photo. They take a selfie of their kid or upload one from their camera roll. It creates another mathematical equation of that face from that photo. And then it compares what was created in the gallery, what was created to that, and it presents them with the closest match, which is going to be their kids. So you can see in this gallery, there's a couple different kids here. It looks like this is one kid, this is another kid, this is another kid, and then there are team photos in here. So I'm kind of trying to mimic the customer experience as much as can. But before I publish this, I need to set up a price sheet, and I'll show you guys how to do that next. So I'm going to go back to my store, and I'm going to make a price sheet here. And we're gonna call this one Spring Baseball. And you can connect it to whatever lab you want. I'm just here connected to all the labs right now, so that's what I have. This markup is just like how much to mark up each lab product as you're adding it to your price sheet. This is kind of like a safety net, so you don't add something for $0. You can always adjust the price later. This is just your starting point. And then this is your shipping method, drop, or bulk shipping, or drop in bulk. So you can bulk ship this all to you by a deadline date or direct to the league for free shipping for everybody. Or you can give them the option to drop ship or bulk, so they can wait for the deadline date for the delivery, the manual delivery, or they can choose to not wait and drop ship it directly to themselves. So for this one, I'm going to do a drop ship. And then you can get in and start setting up packages. So first you'll see our retouching. The retouching is it's our own retouching. It's just a very basic retouching to remove acne, mainly soften the skin just a little bit, retain the skin texture. But this is basically great for older kids. People love this. This is an upsell in the cart. It costs you $2.25. You can sell it. We recommend $8. You can sell it for less or more. It's up to you. It's just a nice little revenue generator that you've never been able to sell before, especially in a paper environment. And then here you can name this whatever you want. So I'm going to call this large family pack, get it all. And then you can put save $30 or however much you're going to save here, or get something for free, whatever you want to put in that package description. And then you can start building your packages. So how memory mates and things like that work in here is if they have a graphic or like a memory mate, there's like a set of pre-designed, like this is Miller, so it's like Miller's graphics are going to be in here. You could do custom themes as well and upload your own background according to the layouts if you wanted to. If you're like designing all of your memory mates, that would just be like another image for somebody to order in your gallery, not actually a memory mate. But this makes it easy, and you're going to pick the activity type when you attach this price sheet to the cart later. So I realized that $40 is really expensive for a memory mate. So I'm going to change that to, what do you guys sell memory mates for? $24.99? Save. But you can add different things here, and you'll see them. Oh, this is the package price, sorry. And you can add the memory mate. So I got confused for 1 second. So I'm going to add a magnet to this package. I'm going to add some prints to this package. Let's put some 5x7s in here. And when I do this, they can add different poses to each one of these. If I wanted just a pack of 2 of the same pose, you just do it like this in a pack of 2 or a pack of 4, however you want to do it, and you add it, but that's how it works. And then from here, you can save. And that should be it. Let's see. Do we want to add anything else here? Nope. All right, I'll go ahead and save. And then you can change the price of this package to whatever you want. So you can, say this is $49.99. And then you can add as many packages as you want. You can duplicate them by using this command and then just adjust them, just for speed of setting up your packages. And then you can come in and take things away. Like say this one has only one 5x7 and save. But you can do things like this, or I didn't change the name, but you guys get the point. Small family pack. And maybe save $10. So here. And then if you want to do your a la carte pricing, you can just come in, add all the print products. You can actually just shortcut it and add everything if you wanted to. These will be categorized in the store. You can't lock it to where they have to buy a package to get like a single 4x6 or a button. But what you could do is only sell the smaller stuff in quantities of 2 for like a whole unit price. We see a lot of people do that too, instead of just selling one. So it prevents somebody from just buying like one button or one magnet. You can just sell them in packs of 2. And then for download all, you can come in here and set your price to download all images, toggle that on, or you can just sell single products as well, like a single high res product if you wanted to do that. And you could sell a single product for 35, save. And then this will show you your shipping, what it'll be through the lab and what the estimate. Your customer sees that. If you give away free shipping, it's only applicable for economy. So you don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to go back to the job and I'm just going to attach this very basic price sheet so I can publish and show you that experience. So this is where you select your activity type. Say there's baseball and softball in this job. So it'll present both graphics for any products that have graphics or themes on them for the parents to choose which designs they like best. And that's what that is. And now I can hit publish. So when you publish, everybody that has previously opted in and bought a credit is going to get a text. We can only text in between certain hours. So if you are a late night person and you're editing and getting your gallery ready and you hit publish at 11 p.m., your text is not going to go out until the next morning. So, because we have to be compliant when we're sending everybody text messages. So now this gallery is live and people that have opted in or bought a credit they're all going to get a text to go right into the gallery and view and buy those photos. So I'm just going to post that link here. They'll go right into the gallery. So here they'll be able to face find, search by keywords, or view all photos. You can toggle on and off any of these, or just leave face find on, or leave keywords on, toggle this off, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to use face find on this so I can just show you, and I'm just going to use a picture of a kid that's already in this gallery so you can kind of see how it works. So mom would do this. If she's on our mobile device, she's going to pinch the zoom, and then it's going to find all images. It pulled up every one of his images. He's appearing in these photos, the team photos and his photographs. You can see how download all here is kind of featured. She can go ahead and favorite them all. If she does download all, it's going to throw everything in the cart, but I'm a really bad demo person and I forgot to remove these old photos from the cart. So let me get rid of these from my previous demo and then go back to the gallery and then hit download all. So it's going to add them to the cart. Now this is where it's going to stop and say, pick the face of the person you want to download all of. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the face. And now I'm only going to be able to download all of that person's photo. And then here it upsells retouching just in one click. And then those are all the photos that were favorited that we saw with the original face find. It adds them right to the cart really fast. The idea is to get them through checkout as fast as possible. So I'm going to go back out here and then you can shop and order packages, and I'll show you what the memory made experience looks like really quick. So it'll bring up all the activities here. Here's baseball, and then here's softball, and then this is just both of the activities we made available here. So these are just stock designs that Miller's had in here, and you can pick, your design here, confirm, and this is WYSIWYG, so they're going to select their group photo, and oh, I should have mentioned too, on the download all, if you wanted to prevent them from downloading the team or the group photo, you can do that. In the studio panel, you can come in here and you could say, I should have told you guys this, and this little cloud here, you can select all the group photos and you could just say disable digital downloads, and then they can't buy those images as a download anymore. So just to show you guys. All right. And then as they type the text here, it'll appear on the memory mate here. So Joe Smith, because I'm so original. And they'll see it live. And then they confirm. And then they add the rest of their products. This is the magnet. They can view, they can crop. They wanted to move it down. It's much easier on a mobile device where 86% of your sales are going to happen because they can just pinch the zoom, just like they do in their camera roll. So it's a very familiar gesture. Same with 5x7s. They can confirm those. And then it's another 5x7 and finish up the package. And now the package and the downloads are all in the cart. And then they go to checkout, and the rest is history. You guys are super familiar with checkout. But that's a really simple way to just kind of show you like what the whole experience looks like from start to finish, from getting the opt-ins and driving the sales all the way to the very end. So I'm gonna turn my camera back on and my screen share off and put my slide presentation back on because I had one more slide. Oh, there we go. All right. Awesome, awesome. All right, so thank you for sticking with me almost an entire hour here. Really appreciate it. So we'll go through a couple of things. What does Photo Day cost? So we are like to say that we're your best business partner. We're here to like help you convert sales because that is the only time we ever get paid as a company. So we are genuinely in your best interest trying to get your customers to convert the sale and helping you with the expansion of your leagues, your orgs, your schools, because it helps us drive revenue as well. And then we have no other fees besides that. So it's the 10% transaction fee is on the order total. With that, I think it's very important. Like PhotoDay is a marketplace. When you sell in PhotoDay, you're selling as a marketplace seller. We are the marketplace facilitator. Because of that, we collect and remit sales tax in all 50 states. And we do that because we have to. So enjoy that service. So no more sales tax. You don't have to figure it all out. We do that. It's our responsibility. We take our 10% fee. We also, you have no lab bills because we pay the lab what the lab list price is there in PhotoDay. So when the customer transacts, all parties are paid. And then the rest of the revenue gets deposited into your Stripe account. So you connect to us with Stripe Express, and then we pay you out all the rest. So that is a 2.9% plus 30 cents order transaction that is going from Stripe. We have no minimum orders with the labs. And so it is what it is. So if you only get one single order that day, you don't have to worry about making an order minimum at all. All of our text marketing is included. We're using a short code 90738. We're the only company that has a short code. It ensures delivery and quick delivery of communications. We have email marketing built in. It follows the sequence of the text marketing, and then you can fire off your own manual emails if you wanted to, and you had those email addresses. The capture app's included, the dashboard app. We don't have an additional fee for our digital downloads. We don't have any storage fees. It's indefinite right now. That might change sometime in the future because we're storing things for years and years and years. But right now we're not charging any storage, and your photos are up there as long as that gallery is not expired and it's on sale. And then all of the marketing resources, all of our academy stuff that we do, education to help your studio grow, all of that is included. We're here for you guys. We want to see you guys succeed. But that is a wrap on today. So thank you so much. If you're an existing PhotoDay user and this was a refresher and you want to review your account before heading into the spring season, or if you're new to PhotoDay and you want to set up an onboarding call just to make sure all the ducks are in a row and you're ready to go for this season, please connect with us. We have a full team here ready to talk to you guys to make sure that you are set up for success this season. Or feel free to just hit us up in the chat bubble anytime you're in the studio panel or on our website, and you can live chat with our amazing bubble team. But we're all humans. We're all here to help you. We're based right here. Our headquarters is in Orlando, Florida. We also have an office in Tampa, Florida. So if you're ever in the Florida area, please come visit us. But yeah, we look forward to working with you this spring, and I hope you have a very prosperous spring season. So till next time, guys, thanks so much.